Fargo man accused of killing a father-to-be is delayed until later this summer. Why? The judge is giving the defense more time ahead of trial. Plus, there's a new way to help your kids start saving. What financial advisors are saying about the new Trump accounts. And it's the first commission meeting for the new leaders in Fargo and West Fargo. We'll tell you some of their first priorities. We'll get to those stories in just a moment, but we start with breaking news out of Richland County. We've learned a fire caused major damage to the Antelope Creek Bar and Grill in Morton, North Dakota. That's about 13 miles west of Wahpeton. Richland County Emergency Manager Brett Lambrecht tells us the fire was called in around 2 this afternoon. Firefighters from Wahpeton, Winemere, Dwight, and Great Bend helped the Morton Fire Department knock down the flames. They kept the bulk of the fire contained to the second floor of the building, where there are apartments. One firefighter was treated for heat exhaustion. Crews are now monitoring and putting out hot spots in the attic. That could take hours. Stick with the news leader. We have a team on the way to Morton, and we will have updates tonight at 6. Turning now to our weather, parts of northwest Minnesota are continuing to deal with strong to severe storms this evening. Storm tracker meteorologist Robert Daly has the first look at the radar.
Yeah, let's take a look at those storms that are continuing to try to bubble up around parts of the Red River Valley, but especially across northwest Minnesota, like you were saying, Becky. That's where they are actively strong to severe. Starting in the south, though, of course, we've got the FIFA watch party in Broadway Square going on in Fargo in just an hour or so, and we're keeping an eye on one little shower off to the southeast of Fargo, and a couple more thunder showers off to the west of town in the central to western parts of Cass County, and also off to the west of the Enderlin area. We'll continue to keep an eye on those because until the cold front clears, which is about right here, so still about 40 or so miles off to the west of town, until that cold front clears, the threat for severe weather is not zero in Fargo-Moorhead. Right now, though, the threat is active across the northwest parts of Minnesota. Take a look at all those hail cores ongoing with these thunderstorms. Hail has been the biggest threat by far, and you can see those hail cores ongoing right now closer to the Lake of the Woods area around Grigla, also off to the south of Middle River, just north of Thief River Falls, and between the Fertile and Fallston areas right now. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. This one until 5:30 for portions of Polk County. On top of 1-inch hail, wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour are possible. And just off to the south of the Canute area, that's where you've got that hail core, plenty of heavy rain and lightning ongoing as well. And there is some broad rotation that we're keeping an eye on just off to the northwest of the Bijou area. And we have our own storm tracker meteorologist, Charles Picard, who is still on this thunderstorm. And north of Monoman, you can see a bit of a lowering here. Not sure if there's any rotation on that right now, but a very strong storm that we are keeping a very close eye on, with some of that potential lowering right off to the north of the Monoman area. So we'll continue to track these thunderstorms throughout the rest of this evening, and another round of storms possible for a few spots on your Tuesday coming up in the full forecast.
The upcoming murder trial for a Fargo man accused of shooting and killing another man last fall has been delayed due to concerns about digital evidence and cell phone records. Levi Larte was arrested last October after police say he shot and killed 28-year-old Nadine Corey. He's charged with murder and reckless endangerment with a firearm. At this morning's hearing, defense attorneys argued they needed more time to review the material, while prosecutors maintained they had turned over the evidence. The judge granted the continuance, saying it would ensure the defense had enough time to review the evidence before trial.
There seems to be general agreement from the state that if the defense is not ready, then I should grant the continuance so that there's only one trial.
A pre-trial hearing for Larte is set for August 24th, with the trial set to start on the 25th. A mom from Baltimore is facing multiple charges tonight, accused of trying to drown her teenage daughter in an Otter Tail County lake. The Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office tells us it got a call about a domestic altercation on West Battle Lake just before 4:30 yesterday afternoon. Deputies arrested 35-year-old Jasmine Laws for second-degree attempted murder. She's listed on the Douglas County Jail roster tonight on a pending misdemeanor charge for domestic assault. Laws' 15-year-old daughter was taken to the hospital but is expected to survive. The Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding the person they say tried to break into an ATM. The Sheriff's Office says the person entered the bank in Dalton just before 2 Friday morning. Dalton is about 13 miles southeast of Fergus Falls. The suspect wasn't able to get any money from the ATM. Anyone with information is asked to call the county dispatch center at 218-998-8555. The FAA and NTSB are investigating after a landing gear issue caused a small plane crash at a central Minnesota airport. The pilot and 5 passengers on board are all safe. The Cass County Sheriff's Office says the 1984 Beechcraft Bonanza had a landing gear problem just before 3 yesterday afternoon, causing the plane to skid to a stop on the runway at the Pine River Airport, leaving debris behind. It's unclear if the 71-year-old pilot from Pella, Iowa, is facing charges. We're working to learn if any Microsoft employees in Fargo are affected after the company announced it's cutting nearly 5,000 jobs. The layoffs amount to about 2% of the company's global workforce. Most are in its Xbox division. A Microsoft official says the cuts are in response to how artificial intelligence is changing its business practices. Some employees were let go immediately, while other positions will be eliminated over the course of the 2027 fiscal year. We reached out to Microsoft, who told us they have, quote, nothing to share about impacts in Fargo. A new account is now available for families and their children to get a jump start on saving for retirement. Trump accounts are a federal program under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The accounts feature a federally funded deposit of $1,000 for kids born between 2025 and 2028. After that, parents can contribute up to $5,000 a year. Parents can sign up online with an IRS form.
You know, it's always tough when you're 23, 24 years old, and if you have a young child and you're busy working and you've got so many expenses, it's tough to say, well, we're going to put this money away for the future. So this program gives it a little bit of a jump start.
Advisors say once an account is established, the deposit is made through the Bank of New York Mellon. They also say this will cost the U.S. Treasury about $12 billion. It's the start of a new era for Fargo tonight. There's a new mayor and 2 new commissioners in place. Up next on WDAY News, we'll tell you some of the first orders of business the new leaders have to take care of.
And coming up in the Storm Tracker forecast, we're continuing to keep an eye on those strong to severe storms as we take you through the rest of this evening. And another threat for a few storms on your Tuesday, but otherwise looking ahead, things are going to turn a little more pleasant, especially in the humidity department. We're watching out for decreasing dew points briefly before more heat and humidity returns towards the weekend. All of that coming up.
You're watching the news leader, WDAY, the most watched news in the region.
Being aggressive can help you overcome obstacles. But when you're driving, being aggressive can be deadly. Speeding, tailgating, and careless driving puts lives at risk. Remember, speeding slows you down.
For Quickstar's Mountain Dew Quick Climb. Now through August 16th, play each day for free in your Quick Rewards app and score bonus plays with every eligible item you grab. Every day, someone's cashing in. So open the app and get climbing. Win big with Quickstar's Mountain Dew Quick Climb.
The Red River Valley Fair is back July 3rd through 12th. Come rock out with Hairball on July 7th. And Blackhawk on July 8th. Don't miss these rockin' nights on the Dakota Magic Casino stage at the all-finished concrete grandstand. Both shows are included with gate admission. The 10 best days of summer are at the Red River Valley Fair, presented by NDSU.
Dear brother, I don't remember the moment I realized you were different. I just remembered that no one else seemed to get it. I know you're trying, even when you can't look at me, even when it seems like you're far away. I know you're still in there. And I know you love me in your own way. I do too.
I was in the United States Marine Corps. When I first got out, the loneliness and the emptiness that I felt, suicide was something I thought of every single day. If a younger guy's having problems and they have programs, reach out for help now because it'll change your life.
Download the Storm Tracker app today.
It's the start of a new era in Fargo. We're taking a live look at tonight's City Commission meeting. Just minutes ago, Mayor Josh Boucher and new commissioners Nikki Gullickson and Chad Peterson were sworn in. Boucher, Gullickson, and Peterson were elected in the June primary. One of Mayor Boucher's first official actions will be appointing John Strand as deputy mayor. Strand is the city's longest-serving commissioner, now in his third term. Tonight is also the first City Commission meeting for West Fargo's new mayor and two new commissioners. And Mayor Eric Jurdevig is asking city staff to start figuring out how the community feels about data centers. Jurdevig wants staff to figure out how the city can get community feedback about the possibility of data centers coming to West Fargo. He says rather than waiting for a specific proposal to pop up, getting ahead of it would allow West Fargo to build a framework with the community to help guide them. If commissioners agree to move forward, city staff would come back to another meeting with recommendations for a public engagement strategy. Back to our weather now. Robert, the main round of severe weather we're watching is this evening, but we're not completely out of the woods heading into tomorrow.
Right, across southern parts of the region closer to the South Dakota state line, there is a level 1 out of 5, and in far southern parts of the region, a level 2 out of 5 risk heading into Tuesday afternoon, especially the evening hours. Wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour, hailstones up to 1 inch, the main concerns tomorrow evening. For the rest of this evening, though, the threat for severe weather is open until about 9-10 o'clock. That's the window, now until about 10 o'clock. Hailstones up to about 1 to 2 inches in diameter are going to be the greatest concern, but a couple tornadoes are possible, and wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour are possible as well. Let's take a look at radar and satellite, because just in the past minute or two, we've had a brand new tornado warning issued here for portions of Monoman as well as Polk counties. On top of that tornadic threat, radar indicated tornadic threat, hailstones up to about 1.5 inches are possible right on top of the Winger area, on top of plenty of heavy rainfall and also prolific lightning that's ongoing right along US 59 right now, just off to the north of the Bijou area. This tornado warning goes until 6 p.m. this evening, moving off to the east at about 20 to 30 miles an hour, and you can see that area of rotation right on top of the Winger area. So Winger, probably a good idea to be heading down to the basement right now, and areas off to the east of Winger should also be heading into that basement. This looks to be passing just to the south of the Fawston area, but Fawston, you are under this warning. This concerning part of the storm will be closer to you by about 5:45 p.m. as again it continues off to the east at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. This was a look a few minutes ago off to the north of the Monoman area from our own Charles Picard at that wall cloud that is developing. No report of a tornado right now, but there is a report of that wall cloud that is developing around the Winger area. So we're going to continue to keep a close eye on this storm, along with that potential for hail up to about 1.5 inches in diameter. So some very large hail possible around and just off to the east of the Winger area on top of that potential rotation. Elsewhere in the region right now, it is rather warm, 90 degrees right now in Wahpeton, 88 in Fargo, as well as in Grand Forks. And we've got dew points in the 70s across the region, out ahead of that cold front, helping to fuel and trigger those storms in our region. Fortunately, though, as we take you over the next few days, those dew points will be decreasing as we take you into Tuesday and Wednesday, especially by Thursday, feeling a little more comfortable briefly around the region before more heat and humidity returns as we take you into the end of the work week and heading towards that following weekend. So taking a look at futurecasts, you got those strong to severe storms ongoing right now ahead and along this cold front as we take you over the next few hours. By about 9-10 o'clock, that threat is out of here. We'll look out for decreasing clouds, maybe a pocket or two of some fog as you wake up tomorrow morning on your Tuesday, then increasing clouds the second half of your Tuesday with more thunder showers returning in the afternoon and evening hours farther to the north, farther south. Some of those thunderstorms can be strong to severe closer to the South Dakota state line as we take you through the evening hours on your Tuesday before quieter weather returns on Wednesday. Becky.
All right. Thank you, Robert. This is the scene in parts of British Columbia as people are being told to evacuate because of a fast-growing wildfire. We'll tell you how many acres that fire is burning. And later, the CDC is warning of a new parasitic infection spreading across the U.S. What health officials are saying about the outbreak, commonly found in fresh produce.
I just get to come to work and it's fun. Even when it's hard, it's fun working at Touchmark.
It's really the people that make us so different and wonderful.
We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug. There's just a difference when you come into our community.
They're very, very attuned to the individual needs and wants of the residents. And that's something that I've been very, very appreciative of with Touchmark.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Do you yearn for connection? Are you in need of encouragement, hope? For over 40 years, my dad, Pastor Harold E. Salem, and the Christian Worship Hour have provided that beacon, a bright, shining light guiding those who are lost and alone into God's everlasting love. Though my dad is in heaven, his timeless messages live on. To experience profound power and life-changing biblical teachings, join Pastor Salem this weekend.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we'd love to see you at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
Our menu is handcrafted to have something for everyone.
Everyone.
My favorite, the Butter Burger Deluxe.
Definitely cheese curds.
Chocolate frozen custard.
From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We'll make all your favorites fresh.
Fresh. Fresh, just for you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
You're watching WDAY Storm Tracker.
Parts of British Columbia, Canada are being evacuated tonight as a fast-growing wildfire is currently burning nearly 3,000 acres. Canadian officials say strong winds are fueling the Brunswick Creek fire's growth and sparking additional spot fires. Firefighters are focused on protecting homes in the Boston Bar and Fraser Canyon areas, despite the steep terrain and low visibility. Boston Bar is about 130 miles northeast of Vancouver. Air quality warnings are also in effect as smoke spreads across the region. Investigators believe human activity caused the fire. Robert's back with a look at the 10-day forecast, where next week is yet again looking hot and humid.
Yeah, we'll get to the 10-day in just one moment. I do want to just provide another update on that tornado warning here for portions of Monoman and Polk counties. Again, that continues till 6 p.m. I'll show you a new photo in just a moment. We were having some trouble getting that photo up, but otherwise you can see that hail core right around and just off to the east of the Winger area. Prolific rainfall on top of that prolific lightning and some rotation we're keeping an eye on just around the Winger area right along US 59, moving off to the east at about 20 miles an hour. A rapidly rotating wall cloud was reported. This is just that updated photo right here near the Bayou area from our own Charles Picard. You can see that lowering of the clouds. There was a brief report of a funnel cloud as well. No touchdown at this point, but again, that warning continues until 6 p.m. You should head down to the basement if you're in those affected areas. Otherwise, taking a look at the 10-day forecast, another round of thunderstorms possible as we take you into your Tuesday, especially across southern parts of the region. That's where they could be a little bit on the stronger side. 80 in Fargo on your Tuesday, 79 on Wednesday with decreasing humidity for a couple days here heading into the middle part of the week before more chances of thunder showers return on Friday. Increasing humidity heading into the weekend with those temperatures into the lower to mid-90s. A pop-up thunderstorm possible, especially on Sunday. Otherwise, though, those temperatures only going back into the 80s as we take you into that following week. Grand Forks, a high of 78 as we take you into your Tuesday. Looking out for a chance of thunder showers. Not expecting severe weather tomorrow in the northern part of the region. And in fact, you'll enjoy some quieter weather with more comfortable dew points Wednesday and Thursday before the heat and humidity returns as we take you into the weekend. Becky.
All right. Thank you, Robert. There is a new parasitic infection spreading across the U.S., and it could be tied to fresh produce. What doctors are urging you to do to avoid getting the potentially dangerous stomach bug. And could a specific diet help lower the risk of dementia? We'll break down the results of a new study showing which eating patterns have the best benefits.
The markets are brought to you by North Star Buick GMC dealers. When severe weather hits, trust the WDAY Storm Tracker team to keep you informed. Real-time radar, hour-by-hour forecasts, and daily video updates. Download the WDAY Storm Tracker app today. Send your weather-related photos or video to the WDAY Storm Tracker team. Contact weather@wday.com or share them with us on Facebook and Instagram. Keeping an eye on the sky. The WDAY Storm Tracker team.
Celebrate 125 years of the Polk County Fair, July 8th through the 12th at the Polk County Fairgrounds in Fertile, Minnesota. Come out for all your favorite events, including the Baja Racing State Championships, Friday and Saturday night, the RCA Rodeo, Demo Derby, Dock Dogs, and so much more. Check out the Hanson Memorial Free Stage for live entertainment throughout the day. Visit PolkCountyFairFertileMN.com or find Polk County Fair on Facebook. Celebrating 125 years of family fun in Fertile, Minnesota. The Polk County Fair.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Thankfully, American Waterworks offers proven, warranted solutions. Typically less expensive than full replacement and more efficient and lightweight than mud jacking, our methods are designed to last. After all, your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
After working as a design consultant for the last 24 years, which involved a lot of heavy lifting, I developed chronic low back pain. Due to my low back pain, I had a hard time even unloading the dishwasher in the morning and just doing the simplest of chores. I called Center for Pain Medicine and Dr. Ghazi recommended the Intercept procedure. The procedure was outpatient, the recovery was quick, and now I'm 100% pain-free. I even finished decorating my house after putting it off for years.
You're watching the news leader, WDAY.
Health officials are warning about a parasitic infection that's spreading quickly across the country. 18 states are now seeing cases of cyclosporiasis, a potentially dangerous stomach bug that can be traced to produce and water. Armando Garcia has more on what health experts are saying.
Health officials are warning cases of a parasitic infection known as cyclosporiasis are large and growing. Michigan's health officials consider it an outbreak in the state, with over 570 confirmed cases, well over the average of 50 cases a year. But cases are also spreading nationwide, the CDC monitoring nearly 150 cases in 17 other states since May 1st. Doctors say the parasite is found in stool that can contaminate drinking water, fresh veggies, and produce like leafy greens and cilantro products. But the source of this outbreak has not been identified. At least 20 people have been hospitalized.
This is a parasitic infection that causes what we call severe gastroenteritis. That's that severe form of food poisoning, the nausea, the vomiting, the diarrhea. And what leads people to the emergency room is the complication of profound dehydration that comes as a result of this.
Health officials say that unlike typical food poisoning, symptoms caused by cyclosporiasis do not improve over a few days, can last up to a month, and can relapse. Symptoms can develop up to 2 weeks after coming into contact with the parasite. Treatment for infection often include antibiotics, supportive care, and staying hydrated, with additional testing sometimes needed to identify these cases.
Symptoms can be pretty debilitating, including that explosive diarrhea. What's particularly scary about this parasite, Cyclospora, is you can't see or smell or taste it.
Health experts are urging people to properly clean their food, even if it says it's pre-washed, avoid drinking the water when swimming, and to frequently wash their hands with soap and water.
So far, local and federal authorities across the country have not been able to find a connection between these cases, but they're asking you to report any symptoms to your doctor. An anti-inflammatory diet may lower dementia risk, even in people with early signs of Alzheimer's. That's according to a new study published in the journal JAMA Network Open. It followed more than 1,800 adults aged 60 and older in Sweden who did not have dementia. Researchers assessed their diets over 6 years and measured 3 biomarkers associated with Alzheimer's disease. After 15 years, the researchers found that the people whose diets had lower inflammatory potential were less likely to develop dementia. That even held true in individuals who had a higher biological risk. An anti-inflammatory diet describes an overall pattern of eating associated with lower levels of chronic inflammation in the body. Experts say it amounts to eating more vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and fruit, and less processed foods and red meats. Still to come, Robert has another look at the radar, plus a chance to learn the art and history of jazz music. We'll show you how students are learning the beats and melodies from the professionals.
Feel that? Summer is officially here, and live horse racing is back in North Dakota. Experience the thundering excitement, the thrilling finishes, and the best outdoor fun of the season. Gather your friends and family and join us trackside for an unforgettable weekend. The action heads to the ND Horse Park in Fargo starting July 10th. Get the full summer schedule online today.
Have you ever had a morning like this? Mornings are hard. Let us do the work. Ride Mad Bus.
Get an 11% rebate on everything for your home upgrades at Menards. Palmero vinyl plank flooring has an authentic wood look. Plus, it's durable, waterproof, and easy to install. Pick it up for a value of 99 cents a square foot after rebate. Larson storm doors let in fresh air and natural light. Perfect for any entrance. Get this retractable screen storm door for a value of $299.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators.
What can this ball teach us about the way things move?
But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have the books, computers, or other supplies they need just because of where they live. Kids want to succeed, but when schools don't have the right tools, getting there is harder. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, help a music class get a guitar, or you could supply a classroom like this one with a science project. What you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow. Learn more at donorschoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
Storm Tracker weather on the JamestownSun.com.
Musicians of all ages are learning the art and history of jazz music from local professionals. The Fargo-Moorhead Kicks Band is holding a 4-day jazz camp. The camp is held in 3 sessions over the summer. Students of all ages, skills, and different instruments are performing in groups and learning the history of jazz. Students also work one-on-one with instructors and practice jazz improvisation. Instructors say learning the fundamentals and intention behind the music makes them better players.
That's something that doesn't get taught a lot in schools because the music teachers are so busy. They do a great job, but there's only so much they can do in the amount of time. So we try to add a jazz immersion, if you will.
This is the second of 3 sessions. The third is July 27th through the 30th, and there are still spots available. You can sign up for those on the Kicks Band website. All right, how's that weather looking tonight now?
We're keeping an eye on the radar across southeastern parts of North Dakota. No warnings there, but we told you in Fargo, you're not out of the woods yet. Take a look here. If we could switch back over, if we're on the wrong max here, take a look at max 1. You got that. Thank you. Those additional thunder showers developing around Castleton, Enderlin, just off to the north and northwest of the Lisbon area. Again, subsevere right now, but if you're heading out to that watch party in Fargo, thunder showers alone would be concerning enough because of that lightning threat. This would be closer to the Fargo area by about 6:30 p.m. or so if they continue to hold together at their current speed and their current intensity. Something we'll keep an eye on. We're also keeping an eye on this tornado warning still across portions of Monoman and Polk counties. Hailstones up to 2 inches in diameter possible, as well as had radar indicated rotation. This warning continues until 6 p.m. The tightest of that rotation now just off to the east of US 59 around the Winger area. So as we put a storm track out on that, that would be passing around or mainly south of Austin by about 5:57 p.m. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that thunderstorm and an additional severe thunderstorm warning that goes till 6:15 p.m. for portions of Marshall and Pennington County. Hailstones up to golf ball in size, the main threat there, as that storm continues off to the southeast, clipping the Thief River Falls area right now.
All right, thank you, Robert, and thanks for joining us at 5. ABC's World News is next, and WDAY News is back at 6.